60 Minutes Rewind.
You're one of the biggest stars in the music business. Why do you think you've been so successful?
Well, I have a theory, and I've said it before, and it sounds a little like false humility, but I think I know how to do what I'm supposed to do. I know how to write music. I know how to write lyrics. It may not be the greatest thing since Shakespeare, but I know how to do it. I know how to play the piano. I know how to perform on a stage. I know how to record. I know how to work with musicians. I know how to do the gig. I actually just feel that I'm competent. I'm a very harsh critic of my own work. And I sometimes will look at what I've done after I've finished recording something and say, okay, fine, that's about as good as I'm going to get. And I'll never really be 100% satisfied, but I'll feel like I've done the best I could. And I say, okay, that's all right. At least it's competent. And when you're competent and you live in an age where there's a lot of incompetence, it makes you appear extraordinary. That's my theory. I think that's a good part of it.
What gets you really excited about your music and about your work?
Well, the initial thing, when I was, like I said, when I was a little boy and I started to play the piano and found out I could make this wonderful sound by being able to manipulate keys on this instrument, I was thrilled. I sort of felt like a wizard. I was like a magician. There's some kind of alchemy to putting together the right notes, and it was very powerful stuff. It was hypnotizing. It was mesmerizing. It was really strong medicine. I recognized that from a very early age. And then I got to an age when I got into my adolescence, I realized I was never going to meet girls because of being a matinee idol. I could meet girls playing the piano. I would go to a party and there was always a better looking guy, or a guy who could dance better, a guy with a car, a guy with cooler clothes, and I'd kind of wander off from where everybody was hanging out. I'd find a piano, I'd sit down, I'd play the piano, I'd look up, and there was a girl. And I thought, this stuff is great. So that was really exciting to me. This is how I was going to meet people. It was a language I could speak because I was kind of shy. They loved this stuff. They recognized it, for what it was. It was this beautiful thing that another person could create. That's why I got up on a stage in a rock and roll band in the first place. So it had nothing to do with money. It had to do with meeting girls. I think if you go back and you ask, the Beatles, they'll tell you the same thing. It was the best reason for getting up on a stage and making a fool out of yourself in the first place. You could meet girls, and they're looking at you, and they want to meet you. This is fantastic. There is an element of pride that occurs to me when I've finished writing something. It's at the compositional stage. I wrote something, I think it's pretty good. I realize that I've created something that I actually like. I'm very critical. I actually like this, I get excited. And then I start to record it, or I start to hear it come to life. My own ears hear it, and I like it. Yeah, there is a moment of pride. And I go, that's pretty good. I did that. But I don't dwell on it. And like I said, there's so many ways that you follow up what you started when you write. You're recording it, rehearsing it, arranging it, producing it, videoing it. By the time you've toured it for a couple of years, it's not a matter of saying, hey, I'm so proud of what I've done. The pride thing really comes with the hardest part of the job, and that is the writing. Writing songs, writing music. That's the hardest part of the song. That's where everything comes out of, the writing.